No matter where you are in life, or where you aspire to be, you'll find yourself facing a common enemy every step of the way: your ego. Your ego is the voice in the back of your head that says, "Don't worry about working hard, that's for those other guys who aren't as talented." If you're on top, it's the voice that tells you you're better than everyone else. And if you failed, it's the voice that tells you you're worthless and can't recover, and no one has ever been worse than you. We all have an ego in a sense, and we need to continuously try and sweep the floor with it. What this means is you can't just clean your house once and it's clean forever. You need to continuously do it. The same goes for destroying our ego. It's always coming back at you. If you defeat it once, it's not gone forever. It'll be back in a couple hours. You need to take efforts every day to eliminate it. The book is split into 3 parts: aspiration, success, and failure. Here's some of the top lessons I got from each section. When we decide to go on a new diet, what's the first thing we do? We go on Facebook and we tell everyone about it. What getting props and support for setting out to do something before we even do it does is it gives your mind that little treat of validation it needs to not actually do anything. Your ego says you've already done it, because why else would people be giving you recognition? The truth is, we need to stop talking and start doing. Stop telling people we're going to do something. Realize that if anything's going to get done, you need to do it, and just sit down, shut up, and do your work. Being impressive and succeeding often involves nothing more than putting in more hours than everyone else. Where most people would stay home because it's raining or go for pints instead of making changes to the rough draft of their manuscript again. Those who are successful and accomplish things do so by delaying the gratification of validation from others and getting it later when they've actually accomplished something. Whenever you embark on a new journey, ask yourself, are you doing it to be somebody, or are you doing it to do something? In other words, do you only want to do something for recognition and validation, or do you actually want to make the world a better place? Impressing people is vastly different from being impressive. Once we've made it to the top, or have it in our sights, and have people giving us props as big successes that have made it, it's easy for us to start thinking, oh right, I'm the greatest, I'm a god, and just stop doing whatever we were doing to make it this far to begin with. To protect against this, go walk along a beach at night with an endless black ocean crashing on the ground next to you. Go and get in touch with the infinite, and don't separate yourself as much from the rest of the world. Do this, reconnect, and when you feel yourself becoming detached, go do it again. No one's successful forever. The one constant in the world is change and transformation. You can get absorbed in your failure, or you can use it as a springboard to bounce back to even greater success. Your ego will be what decides. When Malcolm X was arrested for larceny and sentenced to 8 to 10 years in prison, he had a lot more time on his hands. He could use this time as alive time or dead time. To make it dead time, he could have came up with lists of everyone he needed to get revenge on. He could have learned how to be a better criminal. He could have fashioned elaborate stories on how everyone's out to get him and how he was a victim. But Malcolm X didn't do this. If he did, you would never have heard of him. Malcolm X instead transformed his prison sentence into a lifetime, and he used it to become an absorber of knowledge. Reading books teaching him about different religions, politics, and world leaders, Malcolm X turned what could have been a chance to become a more hardened criminal into time that helped him become one of the most influential African Americans in history. As the Bhagavad Gita states, you have a right to your actions, not to the fruits of your actions. Your job is just to do your work, do it well, and let it be. Recognition, rewards, rejection, failure, those are just extras, byproducts of the work. All we need to do is handle the process and the work, and let everything else take care of itself. No matter what our next steps are in life, one thing's for sure, we will encounter our ego. You cannot eliminate it permanently. You can't attack it once and then be done forever. This is a fight we need to have every day. We need to continuously sweep the floor in order to reduce our ego's power on our life. We need to remember that there are lessons in our failures. There's lessons in our successes. There's lessons in everything, as long as we don't become too inflated to see them. Whether you're striving to succeed, have already made it, or are trying to bounce back from failure, whatever comes next, ego is the enemy.